"28-year-old Jeffrey Allen Manchester, the notorious rooftop robber, responsible for nearly 40 robberies of fast food restaurants since November 1998.
Hello again, everyone. This is Abra, and I'm back to give my 2 cents on the movie Roofman, directed by Derek Cianfrance and starring Channing Tatum and Kirsten Dunst. I have to say that this movie was definitely an unexpected delight. I went into the film kind of expecting lighthearted fare. The film really had emotional depth to it that kind of got me in the feels. Boop. This movie is based on a true story about a man named Jeffrey Manchester, played by Channing Tatum in the movie. He's an Army veteran, and he's having a hard time finding his footing after returning to civilian life. It's really hard for him to maintain a job and scratch money together. The little money that he does bring in quickly gets eaten up by the mother of his children just to try to take care of the family. He has a young daughter that he just adores and 2 twin baby boys. From the very beginning of the movie, it's obvious that Jeffrey has a big heart and he tries to do right by his family, but he just can't quite catch a break. He has an old Army buddy that he visits from time to time who has a side business forging documents, so he's not really on the up and up either. The fellow soldier reminds Jeffrey that the one skill he really has is observing very minute details, the small things that everyday people like you and me would just gloss over. One afternoon, while dropping off his kids to their mother, he observes a man doing maintenance at a McDonald's restaurant. And upon making this observation, he decides to go ahead and rob the joint. Unfortunately, Jeffrey's luck runs out when he leaves behind some crucial evidence. His arrest comes at the worst possible time, too, during his young daughter's birthday party. Flash forward several months, and Jeffrey's doing time in the slammer, and unfortunately, his wife has decided to move on. Panicked by the thought that he might not see his children anymore, utilizing his skills of acute observation, Jeffrey concocts a simple yet effective plan to break himself out of prison. While on the run, he reaches out to his former Army buddy in the hopes of getting him to forge some documents for his escape. Unfortunately, while contacting his friend, he's spotted by a curious officer and has to make a run for it. The closest place for him to hide happens to be a Toys R Us, and so Jeffrey creates an elaborate hiding place for himself within the store until he can eventually reconnect with his former Army buddy, obtain the documents, and hopefully hightail it out of the country. Of course, complications arise when he happens to meet single mother Lee, who's struggling to make ends meet at the Toys R Us. I was really pleasantly surprised by Roofman. It's one of those feel-good movies that's sappy, but just in the right sort of way. It's sweet, but not too saccharine. I was really impressed by Channing Tatum's emotional range that he displayed while playing Jeffrey Manchester. It's not really a side of the actor that you typically get to see. Now don't worry, you do get a good bit of eye candy with Channing Tatum as well, with a couple of gratuitous shots of Channing's chest.
What the? Oh my God!
Peter Dinklage was okay as the antagonist manager, and he helped to add a little extra drama to the mix.
Oops.
The fact that this movie is based on a true story made it even more unbelievable. You often hear the line that truth is stranger than fiction, and this was definitely one of those cases. One of the things that I really liked about this movie was the nostalgia factor. You get to see a lot of now-defunct franchises in the movie. It was nice seeing a blockbuster video, the old McDonald's where the food was still somewhat affordable and decent, and the good old Toys R Us.
I don't want to grow up, I'm a Toys R Us kid.
As someone from the 80s who grew up begging my parents to take me to Toys R Us, it definitely clicked off all the feelings of nostalgia for me. The only thing that really wasn't all that impressive in the movie was Kirsten Dunst. She did all right with her performance, but it wasn't anything that was going to blow you away. This is one of those movies that's a feel-good movie, but has a realistic ending. I definitely enjoyed my time watching it in the theater, and I'll most likely watch it again at home when it's on streaming. At only 2 hours and 6 minutes, Roofman doesn't overstay its welcome, and I left the theater satisfied with my viewing experience. I definitely give this one a recommend. So that's my 2 cents on Roofman. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching, and please hit that like and subscribe button. And until next time, take care.